Hello guys, it's Maddie Simish and welcome to another video where today I am building a Moroccan Mediterranean inspired apartment, and this is going to be my final build that's really themed around the new kit, or maybe it's not new anymore, the Courtyard Oasis kit, the most recent DLC that we got for The Sims 4. I have already built a small home and then also a bit more of a Greek inspired house, a bit bigger but very much focused on the exterior, so it is all about courtyard and sort of outside spaces. So with the small home I built, there was space above the house, kind of on the roof, to sit and do activities. And in my last build it was very much focused on all the plants and the landscaping and things like that outside the house. So I thought it would make a nice change to do an apartment with this furniture, so it's not focused on the outside at all, it's all about the interior. So I didn't use quite as many items from the kit as I have done in my last two packs, but I was super happy with how it turned out. So I used a few more items from different packs, but I have mentioned in my previous two videos that I do think that a lot of the items in this kit actually work well in other styles of builds as well, so I'll definitely be using it going forward, but I probably won't be doing just strictly kind of Mediterranean and Moroccan builds, just kind of incorporating it in just other things that I'm doing. But I've kind of started that with this build because, yeah, as I said, I did use quite a few different things, but I wanted to keep it as close to the kit as possible, so you can see the doors and the arches I've used. I do use the sofa and the chairs and quite a few different items. So yeah, this is an apartment in San Myshuno. So you'll see sometimes in this video that there is actually kind of things outside of the apartment. So few videos back I made a pastel coloured apartment, and I took one of the huge apartments from San Myshuno and I divided it into three different spaces. So it basically forms three smaller apartments, because the big apartments in San Myshuno are really big. So yeah, one I made a pastel themed, and then this is the second one that I'm renovating. The actual apartment is 3 floors, but the way that I've redesigned it is that the bottom floor stays as it is in the original design that came with City Living. So it's a little pool area, so I kept that as kind of a communal space, and then each apartment is 2 floors. There's a communal balcony area, and then that leads down to the pool area. So it's a little bit of a smaller space, but it does have a second floor. I didn't include it because I ended up starting again, but I did originally intend to put stairs because we did get some really cool tiled stairs with this kit, but it's too small an apartment. It took up literally half of the bottom floor just to put stairs in, so you can see that I put a ladder there. And also I did kind of not really realize, I mentioned in my last video that a lot of the items in the kit are either red, black or blue, but I didn't realize that actually a lot of items have green swatches, which I haven't used in any of my previous builds. So you can see a definite theme of green throughout this apartment. Everything that came with the kit that I could do in a green swatch I did, and then you can see that I'm using the Jungle Adventure half coloured wall to go with it. The green was a perfect match. So it was kind of a blend of different greens and browns in this apartment, but I thought it was just a little bit different, something, a kind of different vibe with the different colours that you can go for. And I really liked the greens. I love the kind of tile effect that we got with a lot of the things in the kit. So you can see the arches and the columns that I used there. I do try to use these really ugly curtains that I've never used before, but I do actually end up deleting them because this apartment is a tall wall height, and the thing is with Sims, it doesn't have to ever be realistic, so your Sims will never actually use the cabinets at the top, but I always do some element of realism as much as I possibly can, and it just looked kind of silly to me that the cabinets were so high up, no one would be able to reach them without a ladder. So I don't move them, but I do put a second row of cabinets underneath, and so I get rid of the curtains that you can see there, as well as those herbs hanging up, just to make it feel a little bit more, I don't know, accessible. I actually had so much fun cluttering up the kitchen. There's like a whole row of counters just cluttered with different items. I thought it looked like really homely and also quite realistic as well. And I never use these like coffee shelving items. They're part of like a wall hanging decoration. They're in that category. But I thought it like looked really well to pair them together. And I think I'm just in like a modular mood, anticipating the release of the next game pack. The interior like decorator one, which I am so excited for. I wanted to get like these kit builds out of the way. I'd probably do one more build, and then once the new game pack comes out, oh my gosh, I'm going to be building so many things. I can tell I absolutely love the style and the look of that game pack, and also I love gameplay as well, so I'm really looking forward to sort of playing out the interior decorator career as well. So I think that's going to be really fun. But in the meantime, I have definitely enjoyed myself building with the Courtyard Oasis kit. I think the items are really nice. And yeah, I definitely will be using them in future builds. But yes, this is like all the clutter in the kitchen. I just love that kind of homely feel. I personally, like in real life, I really like cooking. And also in The Sims, actually, I always make sure my Sims have a good cooking skill because I want to avoid fires, and I'm not one of those players that purposely starts fires. I want to avoid them. So yeah, I always have my Sims have a high cooking skill. I really like cooking, so I don't know. I just really like having that kind of cluttered kitchen. It really does feel like one that you use all the time. People say it's like the heart of the home. So yeah, I really like that kind of full look. Like there's a lot of different items. Maybe they've accumulated over time. And also I was really happy that I got to use that big dining table. I think that's also from Jungle Adventure as well, which I don't tend to be able to, but it fit really nicely in the corner. And there's a lot of like windows in this huge apartment, and it was a little bit tricky to split it into 3 different apartments because of the windows, and sometimes they can be a little bit annoying, like putting the kitchen and like counters against the like big glass windows isn't ideal. But at the same time, I think it's really nice to have that kind of view of the city. And I love that the dining table like looks out onto the skyline. But yeah, this downstairs floor, you can see I had the bathroom and then also a little entryway with a computer as well. So your sim can like work on their computer. And then the kitchen and dining table. And upstairs, it's a bedroom / living room. It's a little bit different to put them together, but I thought it just worked best in this space because I wanted to keep this sort of second floor open. I didn't want to have walls to kind of close it off. So, but it was a bit too big to just have a bedroom. So I thought it just made a little bit more sense to have it as like a split living room. So it's not just like a TV. There is not the sofa. I couldn't fit that in, like the one that came with the kit, because I wanted to really use that banana tree. But I do use the chairs that we got, the armchairs. I think they're really cute. I absolutely love them. And I love that they have cushions. I wish we had more sofas with cushions on them. Sometimes like there's some sofas that I really like, but I don't want to use them because they just look so like plain and boring without cushions. As I just said, I love the kind of like the lived in cozy style. So cushions really add to that. And I think this sort of room is my favorite in the house. It's just really cute, but it's quite like sleek, and I love the little accents of purple and yellow here and there just to make it a little bit more colourful. And then, yeah, this is the living area. I do add a fireplace and just put like a TV over the top of that. And of course, I do add the tea set as well. I do wish that was functional, but there we go. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. I hope that I see you in the next one. But for now, bye.